Hi, Mark Kentwell here. Just a quick tip for you if you're a buyer looking at buying a property listed for friendly auction, either at the auction or prior to the auction. Some buyers will say to us, well, what price do we actually put on the application form if we don't know what this property is going to go for? I'll give you some guidance on this, but it's totally up to you what you do. Generally, I recommend having a good think about what you think the maximum this property could go for would be. And then if you want to pay that amount, great. But if not, you at least want the bank looking at the property in its best possible light so that when the time comes to be bidding on that property or offering on it, you can bid freely up until your amount because the bank has looked at it and valued it fairly rather than overly conservatively like they can do sometimes if they're not given any guidance as to where you might want to be buying that property. The second thing that we can do is give the bank valuer or the mortgage broker or bank what we call a valuation kit. Now, this is third-party information from research sites showing some of the strongest sales in the market and how they might compare to the actual subject property. So you might have a bidder's guide of above 400 on a property, but if an auction goes well, it could go for 450 or 460, or at least 430 or 440 if things go pretty well. Now, if the bank comes in and they see a bidder's guide of over 400, and you're hoping to buy it for 4 to 420 and you've only really put something like that on the application form, it's rare that they'll then go and value it at substantially above what you've told them that you want to pay for it. Now, not all banks need to do a valuation prior to the auction, and I think the more sensible banks will just go off the contract price because it's demonstrated that that's market value because people have paid it at auction. However, some banks will want to come through first. So if that's the case, recommend going in with the strongest you think it could be and then making your own decision come auction, and also allowing the agent to get the information off to them nice and early. One of the key things with preparing to bid prior to auction or at auction is get onto it early. A lot of brokers and banks will tell you they can give you an approval in 48 hours. They might be able to give you a conditional or a verbal approval, but there's a lot of things that need to happen after that, with paperwork being submitted, the property being valued, and other means tests and assessments done. So we recommend if you see a property week 1 and it's going to auction in week 4, get onto the finance then. If you don't go ahead with that property, well, it's going to help your pre-approval process for the next one anyway. I hope that's been helpful for you. If you need any more information, you can download our friendly auction guidebook at prdnewcastle.com.au, or you can just talk to one of our friendly agents. Talk to you soon.